welcome back to Big Movie Mouth Off. We're here at Broovy Cinema Club, our customary home, reviewing more movies. I'm Jeff Ice with MSN Entertainment.
And I'm Jimmy Martin with Slug Magazine. You can find Big Movie Mouth Off on Xfinity Channel 6, also on their on-demand system, Utah On Demand, Salt Lake Alternative, sitting right there, Big Movie Mouth Off. You can read, it's a lot easier. So, there you go.
Who knows, perhaps that's how you found our review of Side Effects, supposedly the last film by Steven Soderbergh.
No, it's not gonna be.
He's
got a mortgage.
He's reteaming with Scott Burns, who wrote the script for Contagion. This one is like that, a cerebral thriller. It's a vast departure from Soderbergh's last film, Magic Mike.
A little bit.
This is how to describe a mystery,
conspiracy thriller,
ethical thriller.
Yeah.
Jude Law is a psychiatrist who may be culpable in some events concerning a patient of his, played by Rooney Mara from Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. She's depressed. He's given her a new medication. She may have done some things under influence of the medication that she was not aware of.
I will say, you're being vague, and I know why, and I'll add just a little bit to it. Let's just say there's a murder.
Yes.
I'm not going to say anything beyond that.
I loved everything about him. His hands, and the way he smelled. He swept me off my feet.
So what happened?
To a lot of people, you say insider trading. It may as well be murder.
Let's get out of here before they change their mind. I'm gonna put you on some medication. We'll get you through this.
She looks amazing.
She's doing well.
He's made me sick to my stomach.
We'll find something else.
I can get us back to where we were, and I promise I can make that happen.
Okay, baby.
So you're feeling better?
Yeah, much better.
911, what's your emergency? I need help. Someone's been murdered.
No sign of forced entry. Nobody else on the building security camera. She made the 911 call herself.
Where's her lawyer?
She doesn't have one. Just kept talking about you.
Marianne, you know that your husband was treating Emily Taylor.
I saw her 4 years ago. I'd be happy to see her have a different kind of experience.
Em, what is going on?
Somebody else did it and made it look like me.
It's gonna follow you around forever.
Yeah, Blixer was her idea.
Because for me, one of the greatest things about this film, and I don't get to do it often with the world that we live in nowadays, I didn't see a trailer, I didn't see a commercial spot, I didn't read a synopsis, I did nothing. I went in this thing as fresh as possible, and I am absolutely glad that I did. Because it just unfolded, there was no scenes that were ruined, and I was sitting there shocked. So for us, to kind of give you the same experience, at least on my end,
right?
That's kind of what I want to provide. For me, seeing it in that way, I love this film.
I think that's the way to go in, and I get the feeling that if this film does not perform well in its opening weekend, the studio will rush to cut new trailers and show much more of the film.
Yeah.
Give you a better picture, which is sort of a sad thing. And it's interesting you mentioned going in blind and not revealing too much. That's why I appreciate the film's first half more than the second half, in which I like to call it the Scooby-Doo syndrome, in which a film, you might remember Contagion did this as well, decides to, in the last few moments, tell you how it all went down as if you weren't smart enough to figure it out in the first place.
Yeah.
It's kind of bothersome.
Well, to me, it didn't bother me as much. I mean, I had a good, I don't think they beat you over the head with it.
No.
It just kind of shows you to it, and it's it's one of those things where it's I can see some people in the audience going, I needed that. Because there are a few twists and turns. You're like, okay, what's really going on here? I'd almost some things feel like it's almost a dream, or is all of this real, or is any of this, or is it in my mind of these people are really out to get me? Who knows? It's a very, I would say, multi-tiered level of psychological, thriller.
And absolutely, with some interesting performances. I think Jude Law is quite good as the psychiatrist.
I think he's great. I think Rooney Mara is really good.
Dr. Riggs, I really need to talk to you.
Emily. Yeah. I just got your message. I'm with my wife.
I went to your office, but you weren't there. So I came here and, could we just go talk?
If it's an emergency, I can admit you.
I just, I was getting on the subway and it was like when I was in the car. I have to go to work. I just need 5 minutes.
You're gonna get to work after. Okay, 5 minutes.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Call me after the interview.
I like her, but I don't see her as this character because she's got to have a certain sexiness to her character, and I just kind of don't get that out of Rooney Mara. But then again, I don't like girls who look like they need to eat a sandwich.
She does need to eat some kind of a sandwich. I mean, I did kind of see that sexual tension in there with her. Who I didn't see it with was Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yes, who is another psychiatrist.
Yeah, she plays another psychiatrist involved in the whole situation. And there are scenes with her where I'm like, I'm kind of over you now.
Yeah.
I don't think she's a beautiful woman, but I'm starting to lose it with her. I don't know why. But I think with Jude Law and Rooney Mara, and even Channing Tatum, they just give these great performances. And I love those kind of films where I really am sitting on the edge of my seat going, I don't know what's going on. You know, and maybe it's because I went in blind, but, you know, I had a great time with this film. It was not at all what I was expecting it to be, which is even more fun. So for that, I actually give it 3.5.
I'd say I'm again a little bothered by the we've got to explore to the single, a little bit by Rooney Mara. I hate to keep pulling the Ed McMahon routine. I'm sort of in.
You can be Ed McMahon if you want to be.
I'm around at 2 3/4.
2 3/4 star.
Because that first hour is very tense with some very strong performances. And by the way, this is also, let me just say, one of the more beautifully shot urban films.
Yeah.
With what should be a bland palette. I wish I could remember the name of the cinematographer, but kudos. You know how to shoot an establishing shot. And also what free space above heads means in a shot.
Well, there
it's
you go.
Smart. It's smart.
So,
if you get that.
So 2 3/4 star? 2 3/4 star from Ed McMahon. 3.5 from me. You know, it's not a disappointment. You know, it's Soderbergh. You know, he says it's his last one. I'm hoping it's not because I would love to see more films like this.